Charlie Kirk died on a Wednesday, but the movement he branded as saving America is already being preached like scripture. That line hit my feed at 5 p.m., and I froze. One of the loudest voices in modern politics is gone, shot at a campus rally. Instantly, two questions exploded online. Was this the end of Christian nationalism's most famous cheerleader? Or the moment his crusade becomes unstoppable? Stick around, because tonight we're tracing how a budget-obsessed kid from the Chicago suburbs became a general in the faith, and why his death is shaking pews and polling booths alike. The secular cadet. Before the Bibles in ballrooms, Kirk's weapon of choice was a bar graph. At 19, he launched Turning Point USA with a single promise: teach Gen Z that debt, not divinity, decides destiny. Early campus speeches opened with charts on tuition hikes, never scripture. Friends recall him joking, "Church is great on Christmas." For 8 straight years, that tone held. He debated atheist professors, praised Goldwater, and warned that mixing religion with politics dates conservatism faster than a MySpace page. By 2020, TPUSA claimed 250,000 student members, all rallied around fiscal issues, not faith. The pandemic pivot. Everything shifted the week churches went remote. Kirk caught COVID, isolated in a Phoenix condo, and for the first time since childhood tuned into an online sermon. The preacher? A little-known disciple of the 7 Mountain Mandate who claimed government closed sanctuaries because Satan hates territorial prayer. Kirk later told Liberty students, "That live stream felt like cheating on my own worldview." Within a month, he was texting Lance Wallnau, the Mandate's architect, asking how Christians could retake education and media. The answer: start a faith arm inside TPUSA. By December 2021, TPUSA Faith debuted with a cheeky mission statement. "We're not choosing between the pulpit and the podium, we're stacking them," branding the Bible Belt. After the pivot, Kirk's rhetoric flipped like a switch. In 2018, he defended church-state separation. In 2022, he headlined Reawaken America, claiming liberty can't breathe without a Christian population. He toured 120 churches, mixing voter registration tables with altar calls. The Saving America tour opened with a replica Liberty Bell and closed with communion. Critics called it theocratic. Fans called it overdue. Enrollment at TPUSA Faith exploded to 95,000 pastors and 7,000 Patriot Academy grads in 2 years. Suddenly, every cable panel wanted to ask him the same question: "Charlie, do you want a Christian nation or just Christian voters?" His answer never varied. Both, because the Constitution only works inside a moral culture, and that culture is Judeo-Christian. The 7 Mountain General. To understand Kirk's legacy, you have to grasp the map he carried. The 7 Mountain Mandate sees society as 7 peaks: government, education, media, arts, business, family, religion, and commands believers to plant the flag of Christ on each. Kirk trimmed that theology into campaign sound bites. "If we don't disciple the nation will cancel us." He funneled donor millions into high school clubs, investigative journalism boot camps, even a streaming app called Freedom Fly that algorithmically feeds users conservative Christian content. Detractors warned of dominionism, supporters heard liberation. Either way, Kirk became the first Gen Z leader to raise the banner inside the White House, consulting with senators on bills that would fund religious charter schools and exempt churches from certain non-discrimination rules. Martyrdom and momentum. September 10, 2025, Utah Valley University. Kirk walks on stage beneath a giant LED verse, Psalm 33:12. Moments later, a gunman fires. Within hours, Charlie Kirk trends above Taylor Swift. Vigils sprout on campuses that once banned him. President Trump releases a 4-word statement: he fought the good fight. J.D. Vance tweets scripture and calls for prayer. Congress observes a moment of silence, something usually reserved for fallen officers. Supporters speak of a seed sown in blood, believing his absence will radicalize quiet Christians the way persecution grew the early church. Opponents fear the same, warning that martyrdom myths fund movements faster than tax-exempt checks ever could. Before we close, hit that subscribe button if you like unpacking big stories without the cable news volume. And drop a comment. Did Charlie Kirk's final chapter make Christian nationalism unstoppable, or did it just awaken a counter-surge? The legacy ledger. So what survives the general? First, an army of 50,000 high school chapter leaders now fluent in blending apologetics with activism. Second, TPUS of Faith's donor list, flush with crypto millionaires, vows to double its 2026 budget in his name. Third, a forthcoming Supreme Court case, backed by his legal team, could widen religious exemptions in public schools. Friends predict a posthumous book deal titled Training Saints for Statesmanship, already topping pre-order charts. Skeptics counter that movements built on personality rarely outlive them, citing the fizzle of similar ventures after Jerry Falwell. Yet even they concede Kirk's data-driven tactics, text banking, meme micro-targets, chapel podcast hybrids, are being Xeroxed by pastors nationwide. Whether you brand him prophet or opportunist, Kirk's story ends the same. A suburban kid who weaponized spreadsheets, then worship sets, to redraw the line between church and state until it looked like a cross. His death may silence the mic, but the echo is programmed to loop, and in that echo, a generation raised on TikTok now sings Onward Christian Soldiers while stuffing envelopes for precinct chairs. So the real question isn't, did Charlie Kirk take Christian nationalism mainstream? It's, can America unplug the amplifier he built faster than new voices queue up to crank it louder? History suggests revolutions rarely die with their generals. They just draft new ones.